statements and ideas of where he thinks we are. Where he thinks we are is a set of European leaders ready to offer some sort of compromise to get Britain and keep Britain aboard. And in the course of that, he's going to be giving the sort of guarantee that a lot of Eurosceptics have been looking for, which is that ministers in his government will be free to campaign not just for membership, but also against continued membership after that deal has been struck. And in that way, as we've been saying during the day, seeking to disarm a potentially difficult explosive device.
John, do you think he ever had any option other than to do that, really, if he was to avoid civil war?
No, I don't think he did. I think with or without sanction and permission, there were a number of cabinet ministers and other ministers who would have been prepared to campaign against continued British membership, with or without David Cameron's permission, which would have meant resignations, which would have meant another schism and a rift, and that during a period of a difficult campaign with an uncertain outcome, and whether it's yes or no to continued membership, an enormously difficult job in terms of reuniting the party. If it's no to continued membership, then we'd be looking at David Cameron's future being in question. But even if it's a yes, he would have had to bring the sides of the Tory party together, and with expelled, sacked ministers, resigned ministers on the back benches, imagine how difficult that would have been. So I think he's recognised the reality here and sought to forestall this potentially enormous problem.
While we have you in our hands, John, for a few minutes, Labour reshuffle, Michael Duggar saying he was sacked, quote unquote.
He was sacked. Yeah, that's the word for it. He was given the boot, the elbow, the P45 from the front bench. He knew that was going to happen. I think he's seen that coming for some days now. Michael Duggar has made no secret of the fact that he's not, an ideological soulmate of Jeremy Corbyn, has not been in favour of what he sees as the sort of briefing going on against some of his colleagues in the shadow cabinet, and those around Jeremy Corbyn put a target on his back over all of that. We still don't know how some of the bigger fish in the shadow cabinet are going to fare. We still wait to see what's going to happen to the biggest of all, Hilary Benn, the shadow foreign secretary. But meanwhile, Michael Duggar has been given the boot.
John, thanks very much indeed. David Cameron, not actually sure that he's in the Commons yet at the moment, but the minute that he is, the moment that he gets to his feet to give this statement on the EU referendum and his negotiations about that, we will bring it straight to you. Right now, we'll take some news and sport.
On digital, online, smartphone and tablet. This is BBC 5 Live.
The main headlines: detectives have discovered 3 bodies in the garden of the family home of the former EastEnders actress Sian Blake. She and her 2 children have been missing since December the 13th. Police are still searching for her partner Arthur Simpson-Kent, who has also disappeared. David Cameron is to allow his cabinet to campaign freely ahead of the EU referendum once a new deal's been reached with the European Union on the terms of the UK's membership. It means frontbenchers won't have to resign to take sides. Turkish officials say the bodies of at least 21 people, including children, have been washed up on beaches on the Aegean coast. They were travelling in 2 boats and were trying to get to the Greek island of Lesbos. Michael Duggar has become the first casualty of Jeremy Corbyn's cabinet reshuffle. He's been sacked as Shadow Culture Secretary. And UK security services have completed their initial assessment of the identity of a masked man with a British accent who appears in the latest Islamic State group video. But Downing Street has refused to confirm if the man is Siddhartha Dar from South East London. Sport now with Delith.
Sarah, there's been another history-making century in the second test.
Tembo Bavuma on 96, not out, Finn's on his way, and he bowls to him, and he's forward, he's going to get it here, with an edge down through third man, and Tembo Bavuma becomes the first black African cricketer for South Africa to score 100 in a test match, and that is massively significant for cricket in this country.
Yes, and just after that, South Africa then declared on 627 for 7 in their first innings, just 2 runs behind England's first innings total as a breaking play at the moment, but England's openers will be out for the remaining half an hour or so of day 4 as the test continues to look like it'll be heading for a draw. You can hear commentary over on 5 Live Sports Extra. Pep Guardiola has revealed wanting to manage in the Premier League is the reason why he's leaving Bayern Munich at the end of the season. The Spaniard, who's been linked with Manchester City and Chelsea, says he's looking for a new challenge. His comments will only further increase speculation over Manuel Pellegrini's future at City. But the Chilean had nothing to add on the matter this lunchtime.
No, I don't have a reaction about what I'm feeling so other managers. It's a question I answered 2 weeks ago, and I said no more about that.
FIFA's Ethics Committee has recommended imposing a 9-year ban on the governing body's suspended Secretary-General Jerome Valcke. His 90-day suspension from all football-related activities ends on Tuesday, but the Ethics Committee has requested a 45-day extension. Everton manager Roberto Martinez says the club are not open to offers for Kevin Mirallas. The midfielder has been linked with Monaco. Martinez says he expects Mirallas